Hello, family. This is Will, aka Dr. Financial Literacy. Hope y'all all are having a great day today. In general, hey, one of the things I've been talking about is using cash advances from your banking or lending institutions to kind of like pay off your debt, and also how to kind of pay your mortgage, definitely the mortgage, and I hadn't got to the rent part through a credit card by various methods in general. So one way that I am doing this is showing you as an example. So in February the 6th, well, back in January, I put in a payment for one of my mortgages at my mortgage company to come over to the checking account. And if I'm short, I needed the bank to pull it out and help out. So currently, I'm carrying three mortgages, and I selected 633 to try this with. So I purposely left 21.95 in my checking account at a national bank. Then I went to my mortgage company and put in a payment of 633 to come to this checking account that only had 21.95 in it. So on February the 2nd, the mortgage company sent over to the checking account to get their 633. It wasn't enough in there, so the bank, through my overdraft protection that I set up, and in the overdraft protection, this checking account is linked to a charge account. So let me put that here. Link is linked to a charge card at the same bank. Now, it's called overdraft protection, but then it's also kind of called a cash advance when they're treated kind of like the same. But I need to go back and tease that out because those are, I think, two different concepts in general. So again, I put in early in January to have this mortgage come out of this checking account. I only had $21.95 in the account. On the 2nd of February, this hit this account, and then it overdrew the account, but the bank provided the mortgage company $612, or it provided me $612 to kind of cover the shortage. And it allowed the transaction to go through, so it placed it on my credit card and not my checking account. So when I look later, I should see some some dollar amounts that I obtained from it, and then see if that makes a difference between the interest that I paid, because they didn't charge me any overdraft fees. All they did was just take it from the credit card. They did charge me 49 cents. Yes, it was. They charged me 49 cents on February the 3rd or the 4th. So for this whole transaction and going over, I was charged 49 cents. But then I'm gonna go back and look and see how much cash redeemed that I received back to see if this was worth it in general. So one of the things you definitely want to be careful in terms of using the overdraft or cash advance. The other thing that came to light when I was working with this strategy is that if I already had a 200 balance on the credit card, and then the 612.48 they put on it also, that gave me 812.48. Now the purchases on my card are at an variable interest rate of 25.24%. The cash advance or the draft is at 29.24%. Now, if I add another $100 in charges before the statement period is over, this $100 will go in front of the 612. And I just found that out. So before I get to paying this down at 29%, I got to pay down my credit card balances at 25.24%. So I got to stop making charges on this credit card in order to get to the cash advance. So they're making some more interest off of you by pushing back the cash advance. So each time at this national bank, I charge the card because I'm using velocity banking in general and trying to use other people's money, but the other institution are trying to get it right back. So one way of them getting it right back is for my particular example, if I'm carrying a balance and each time I put something on that charge card, it pushes my cash advance further and further and further down the line where they can get that 29.24%. So if you use the overdraft strategy, to pay your mortgage and potentially your rent, be careful and try to make sure that you understand that what is going to get charged, what is going to be taken care of first. I also asked the bank, well, can I see in real time my credit card balance versus my cash advance balance? And they can't tell me, or they wouldn't tell me. So I had to go back and read through my statements to figure out where I'm at. So yeah, it could be challenging. I'm gonna see how it works out. So far this month, I was able to pay all 3 of my mortgages up front early in general, and that's going to save me on some fees on the back end. So that even may be worth it in general. So yeah, I'm still looking at the strategy. Definitely be aware of if you have some charges, those charges will be taken care of first before your cash advance at maybe a higher interest rate if you do this. But all in all, I'm learning a lot about the processes, getting to know some of these strategies, and when others on the web talk about them, try to implement them and see how they work for me. I do like that my bank account is linked to my charge account. So if I put a small amount in there, they pull. And the other thing is, I am limited to, I think I need to go back and look, $1,000 in overdraft. I did hear one YouTuber who was using this strategy, and they were like 7,000 to maybe 8,000 in overdrafts every month, and it was going through. And maybe it's their relationship with the bank, maybe it's the amount of money that they're putting in. Could be a number of variables. Really didn't go into detail. But in my overdraft protection, I think I'm limited to 1,000. So for the last week and a half, I have went to my mortgage company, put in these 3 amounts, left a small amount in the checking account. It pulled, the bank charged me. Then I went to pay it off with a deposit. But each time that I made a charge on the card, so I've kind of stopped making charges on this card. And if anything, I may just leave this card alone and only use it for making the charges on it, letting them pull, getting the points, and possibly beating the interest rate. Again, this was 49 cents for using it. It was no kind of transaction, no other fees. So if I get more than 49 cents from the mortgage, from the bank in terms of this transaction, then yeah, that's a good day, a good strategy. and I'm gonna continue to use it, but I'm gonna reduce my use of this card and move on to another card. So yeah, it could be convoluted in general, but financial capability, as I define it, is about increasing your behavior, attitude, skills, and knowledge, or BAS, about your financial resources. If you want to work with me and see how we can look at some changes, please look in the description below. My contact information is there. I love to work with you. I'm trying to do small micro loans with some of my clients that are unable to get a home equity line of credit or a personal loan credit, and trying to help them at least get on the wheel by providing $500 to $1,000, what I call the GLOC, which the GLOC, which I will call the green line. I like that. The green line of credit. Oh yeah. All right. So you are the first ones to hear Dr. Financial Literacy is using the green line of credit to work with his clients, and I am calling that the GLOC. There's a HELOC, there's a PLOC, there's a CCOL lock. I don't know why I made that an E, but it's going to be the GLOC, not the GLO, the GLOC. All right, so if you'd like to come aboard and see if you can get a GLOC, and we can help get you on board in terms of improving your credit, looking at your numbers, definitely use the link, use the information below, and contact me, text me. Let's look at your situation and see how we can really get you. I didn't have access to financial literacy growing up. I grew up in public housing, so I'm educating myself on financial literacy and just sharing and hopefully being a blessing to others. I've been given a second opportunity in life before before the crash that could have killed me. So really just trying to help other people and just be a blessing. So if I can help you out and we can help others as this economy continues to evolve and look at different changes, contact me and let's just see what we can do. All right. Thank you very much for your time. You have a great day.